Coming up next on the Jeff Crilley Show, you're going to listen to a healthy living expert who's on a mission to make DFW feel better and get well. We have a land of sickness, though they don't build those hospitals for well people. She is the founder and owner of OhZone. Her incredible journey just ahead.
Many are predicting that the worst is yet to come, which is unfortunate, said one person here. Until now, they've enjoyed the reputation of being the nation's icebox.
Watched a burglar in his home this morning by webcam.
As a journalist of over 25 years, stories are what make my world turn.
Reporting live from the Dallas newsroom tonight, Jeff Crilley, Fox 4 News.
But in 2008, I took the jump from my familiar life and started a PR firm from my home.
We're talking about anyone with a camcorder like the one I'm using becomes a television network.
We started slowly growing the company, and we now have over 100 clients, and we've branched into the world of live digital broadcasting. I now own 8 different TV studios and have a huge team, and the stories that I now get to share are sometimes the most important of my life. Life has a funny way of coming around full circle. This is the Jeff Crilley Show.
Well, I think you'll agree with me. We live in a sick nation, and by that I mean we're wired, we're tired, we're overcaffeinated, we're drinking, we're obese, and then what happens? You go to your doctor because you're feeling fatigued, and he or she gives you a pill. Well, I personally don't believe that every solution to every medical issue is solved with a pill. In fact, I think less pills is better. Jenny Dillon agrees with that. She's the owner and founder of OhZone. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Well, I'm thrilled to have you on the show. I know you're a proud sponsor of EO. We talk a lot about EO Dallas on this show because I'm a proud member. That's Entrepreneurs Organization. First of all, thank you for your sponsorship. But I want to hear your journey. So you have all kinds of degrees and certifications. Talk about your background.
I'm a health coach. I think that's probably the biggest one that I have as far as how I started this journey. So integrated nutrition. I learned 100 dietary theories, and that is when my life completely changed.
Absolutely. And I was on your website, and I found an incredible video that you made not too long ago. It was about your son. Let's go ahead and roll that.
About 8 years ago, when me and my son were both not feeling very well, my son was age 7 at the time when we were introduced to OhZone, and he had neurological issues stemming from, I now know to be Epstein-Barr. We went ahead and put him in this little sauna. His little head was sticking out. We boosted him up. He did 10 minutes in this sauna, and within 2 sessions, about 10 to 15 minute sessions, almost all of his symptoms went away. So I will say this, hands down, has been my miracle chamber and the core reason why I'm here at OhZone.
Wow, so powerful. Tell us about that technology. What does it do?
The OhZone sauna?
Yeah.
So it's pretty simple as far as it detoxes your body, it upregulates your immune system, and it fuels your cells with oxygen. So, I mean, those are 3 key ingredients that you need for your mitochondria system.
And I love it that you specialize in kind of alternative therapies. This is not something that you see in every med spa.
No.
Let's pull up your website, and as we scroll down the website, let's talk about some of the different treatments that you offer.
Sure. Which one did you want to talk about?
Well, you start with...
So on our website, we have clinics. So clinics is like a non-medical. So if you click on the clinic side, you'll see an array of treatments, and that's an accumulation of over the past, 7 years of me organically. I just kept growing and growing. I would go to conventions, conferences, A4M, all these conventions around the world that revolved around this healthcare technology. And so technology is kind of what I've built, is a center that has a lot of them, I would say. I mean, most of them. So yeah, pretty crazy. I don't know that there's one we can really talk about, like, because I have so many that,
yes.
Anywhere from brain health to the hyperbaric chambers, so a lot of it is revolved around oxygen in the body and detox and lymphatic And so upregulating the mitochondria while detoxing the body, which are two very key issues when it comes to health and disease.
And let's drill down a little deeper on that, because I mentioned off the top of the show that, we're over-caffeinated, we're drinking too much. We're taking in a lot of toxins, aren't we?
It's way more than you would even think. I mean, you just mentioned two, but it's food, it's the chemicals in our food, which right now we're finally hopefully going to be able to address in this country. I see it all over, at least my social medias, which I'm so grateful for. So there's the toxic, just the air we're breathing. We are, I don't know the statistics today, but when I looked at one point, it was 18% clean oxygen we're breathing. So now when I say clean, I'm saying clean. So think about, 82% of our oxygen chemicals. So, I think we can all read into that. And then there's so many, but the next one would be just what we do at home, right? Like as far as anything that we put on our body, on our clothes, on our furniture, on our floor, on our walls, that is huge too. Mold is a huge epidemic right now. Wow. So really, disease, we're seeing so many really high uptake of cancer, of mold, viruses, virus overload, parasites. That's a whole nother rabbit hole we can go down, because parasites are really huge. And so we do educate and address on that.
Well, and I love the way you've laid out your clinic. Let's go ahead and show some video of OhZone.
Right.
It's beautiful. And tell me where you're located again.
So we're off of Lemon and Loma Alto. So the closest exit would be Lemon and Mockingbird, I think.
Yes.
I'm sorry, no. The Toll Road and Mockingbird.
Okay.
Or Lemon, depending on which way you're coming.
It's very clean and sophisticated. So you spent a lot of time really creating a welcoming, almost Zen environment.
I did. I didn't want the stuffy, even though we have medical side that I've kind of evolved over the years to kind of have, because I felt like we needed it. Mm-hmm. I never wanted it to be a stuffy doctor's office where you sit in the waiting room, you wait to, so we're pretty open. Sometimes it bites me in the butt because I have to talk to people all day long, but that's what I love to do. So, all the business stuff or whatever I need to do can wait, because I always think the customer or my client or my friend or my patient, whatever you want to call them, they need to be heard. And if I have some education I can give them to help their journey, then that is ultimately what I'm there for.
And I don't know if you could see, but she gets very passionate about this. Your eyes light up when you talk about this. Why is this so near and dear to your heart?
So I have even a backstory, which I don't want to go too much into, but I knew that the medical industry was kind of a mess. I guess it was 20 years ago. And so that was kind of when my whole journey started. And then fast forward to my son and myself having these issues. I was chronic fatigue. He was neurologically, it was just scary. And so that is why I'm so passionate, because as a mother with my child, we all know, as parents, that's our everything. And so children, when one of our children is suffering and we don't have the answer for it, it really did drive me every day, every second. And then when I found OhZone, that's when my passion for this therapy in particular just, you can't stop me.
Yes, I love that. Yeah. You also are an accomplished author. We're going to put up on the screen your best-selling book, A New Era of Healing.
Yes.
All right, tell us about the book.
So because I educate all day long, I decided that I would write this book. And so the book isn't about my story. It is basically the technology that we have at our center and scientific background, scientific research on the technology, what it does in the body, and then testimonies behind it. So that was a good way for me to be able to, when I was busy and I didn't have the time to be able to say, hey, I wrote a book, take it home, read about, and I would give them homework and highlight, chapters for them to read, because every chapter is just on the technology that we have in the space. So I need to write another one because we've upgraded technology now, but that's a project, right? So.
Well, and we just found out that we have a mutual friend, Rick Sapio, who is one of the founding members of EO Dallas. And in fact, we held our largest event here about a year ago, and Rick was the keynote speaker. Rick won't mind that we're talking about him. He's going
How do
through,
I do that? I love you, Rick.
yeah, he's going through a health battle right now, and so he's a regular friend and patient of yours.
Yeah, I'm extremely blessed to have met him, and so yes, I just pray for him every day, and just grateful that he came into my life and my clinic. So.
Outstanding. Okay, we only have a little time left, Jenny, so look into that camera on the left, and if somebody is sick and tired of being sick and tired, what do they need to do? How do they contact you?
You can email me at jenny@ozoneclinics.com. You can call us at 214-434-1175. You can just walk into our clinic any day of the week. We're open 7 days a week. And then, you can always reach out to me personally on my cell. It's 303-517-6262. It is on every one of my business cards, so a lot of people have it.
Outstanding. Jenny, you're great. Thank you for sharing your passion with us. We're going to end with the website, which is OhZoneClinics.com. The great Jenny Dillon. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
You bet.
So fun.
That was it for now. We'll see you next time.